Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Writer's Room. I'm your host, Shane Cooley. With me, as always,
Connor Doyle. Hey, Shane.
your turn. Hello.
Why are you talking like that?
I'm a world-famous author, and I've always spoken with this sort of diction. Wait, let me open my thesaurus before we get
I
going.
feel like that's easily proved false.
And how so would that be? My phraseology, my wording, my language, my parlance, usage, vocabulary.
Well, because, we record a podcast, a different podcast that we release every week. There's a sort of a weekly record of how you speak, your diction, your vernacular, your accent.
Yes. My idioms, my style, in the very important podcast indeed.
So you're from Aurora, Ontario, Canada, and I don't think I've ever heard anybody speak like this, including you.
Yeah, Aurora, Ontario, Canada, Roxburgh, South London.
Welcome to Writer's Room, everybody. I think Shane might be feeling a little bit insecure just because he hasn't been on Writer's Room in a while. There's no Jack Piss today, so we're kind of taking over shop for him. The boys are taking over.
So just practicing my diction, my idioms, my style.
He's bobbing his head from side to side like a snake. Shane's slithering back and forth as he writes furiously on this script.
Getting into the mood. I've broken many a quill this evening.
There's a ton of broken Bic ballpoint pens.
I don't know how to use them. The pigeons outside my apartment have been keeping a tight grip of the feathers.
Something's gotten into Shane. I don't know what it is, but Shane, clearly you have really taken a leap into becoming a writer. Just with the diction, you're writing with quills and
the
breaking
idioms,
apart
the
ink,
style,
the idioms,
vocabulary.
Yes, all of the aspects of a writer. So what have you written?
See, some say that's the most important part, and I'd consider it tertiary to the lifestyle.
It's true, I see all of these people who like writing more than they like being writers.
It's disgusting.
It's horrible. What about the style? What about the pants? What about the beret?
What about the embossing of the lettering?
What about the ideation? What about the vocabulary?
What about the expression, the terminology, the articulation, elocution, locution, pronunciation, and speech? What is writing without words? Why, it's pictures.
Writing's little pictures that aren't very good.
I say to Da Vinci, if you're so great inventing your tanks and your helicopters and your men with too many arms, where's your books? Your novelettes.
Listeners, you can't see, but Shane's slowly turning his glasses into a monocle.
It's cheaper this way. 2 for 1.
It's contagious. It's very hard not to be swept up by your eloquence, by the elegance and just your manner, Shane. You just have this presence in the room. It's full when you're here,
That's what happened to me. I watched a YouTuber speaking about Warhammer 40,000. Can you imagine that, yeah? Well, he has. And he spoke like this. And I thought, I don't even care what you're talking about. I'm in. 40 hours later, it was a mistake, but the voice has stayed.
Yeah, you started getting some sort of alt-right views.
Oh my. Pipeline. More like a slip and slide, let me tell you.
Well, it's very difficult not to do this with the way you speak. It's hard not to follow it, to convey and express myself in such a decadent and elegant and opulent way.
The delivery of these utterances is declamation fluency.
When you utter these shouts, they go and express a declaration of ornate and polished, stately, sumptuous palaces of words, Shane.
I see also that your thesaurus is falling apart at the spine.
It's just it's hard to flip so fast.
The paper cuts.
Well,
Now, on this show, we typically read through some. Let me just open my thesaurus here.
oh yes.
Tales. Do we not?
You needed the whole thesaurus for that?
Well, you see, what is a story but a collection of words, and what are words but collections of stories? And, sorry, having trouble reading this thing. The chronicle of yarn that we're going to read today, I'm sure will be riveting. Connor, would you like to start?
Yes, I would. This is actually about the act of writing itself. My script. I think you'll like it.
That's the part I'm worst at. Perhaps I could learn.
Well, maybe you'll learn and have something for once this is done. Here, it's called A Very Person of Letters.
I relate. Excellent. And shall I be playing?
You shall play the lead character.
And what letter is he? A B, perhaps.
It's actually Jacob.
Oh, I'm misreading this whole thing.
Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Okay.
And it's a story of the hard life of a writer, making it in the city, the tough city, and then getting his big break and making it big.
I fully agree with this because I've been living in Tough City, and I've been getting bigger by the day.
Day, exterior, night, tough city. Cars are going on the sidewalks. You got to be tough to live in Tough City. It's not easy walking around here. You want to take the train? Go ahead. I dare you. Trains are actually offices that gangs run out of. You walk inside and you want a hit done. You get on train A, where the Big Fangs are located. You get on train B for the Small Toes gang. How's a writer supposed to live in this? We zoom in, down into the city, down into Tough City, into a window lit by a sole candle. And there's a writer scrunched up by the window trying to write by the light of the giant neon sign for dog food that's just outside. It's our man, Jingleheimer Schmidt. He finishes writing with a excited flourish when there's a knock comes at the door.
Oh my.
Knock, knock, knock.
I just finished my masterpiece. And who is this?
Jingleheimer, it's the landlord. You must open the door.
Ah, Lord of the Land. Unfortunately, he'd hit his head and speaks and sings song. Another genre of art I do not respect.
You better write something good, because your rent is past due. I want you out of this accommodation immediately.
Perhaps I'll write my most devious story yet. A check. Right, and how much does this cost? $7?
$7,000.
1,000.
It's Tough City, baby.
All right, that's some zeros.
Jingleheimer Schmidt begins to scribble down on his check pad, but then he realizes that this may actually be the best thing he's ever written. Beginning to write smaller and smaller, he continues the story. Jingleheimer Schmidt, open the door, I need the check. not even recognizing this. The man at the door, Jingleheimer Schmidt, continues to write furiously on the front, on the back, on the margins, in tiny, tiny script. The best play he's ever written. The door finally unlocks.
As he doth protesteth, so too shall I. Dictions of idioms.
Jingleheimer, give me the check. I want the check. Give me the check. I want the money.
You don't understand, Signor Landlord. This is the best thing I've ever written.
Yes.
7,000 for a landlord. By Jacob. Jingleheimer Schmidt. That's the byline. You don't know, this is worth so much more to society.
You may be a very person of letters, but I am the landlord, senior landlord. Give me the check. The landlord grabs the check and stomps out the door. Jingleheimer Schmidt falling to his knees, pleading with the landlord.
Please, I'll never remember what I've written. I have the memory of a goldfish. Like a very smart one. We're not talking one at the carnival goldfish here, but still less than a regular human. And sorry, why are you here?
The door shuts, and Jingleheimer Schmidt is left in neon darkness. Downstairs, the landlord unfolds the check and says, "Finally, I have this check. Night City is tough for everyone, including me." He unfolds it and begins to read it, and then weeps. Oh, I never read anything more beautiful. Jingleheimer Schmidt has a gun in his mouth when the door bursts open.
I was trying the taste.
Wait, don't kill yourself.
What was I doing with this? Who are you?
This is beautiful. We must create it. And he, the landlord gives Jingleheimer Schmidt his thing back, his check back. We was put on a production here in the apartment.
Oh, well, I simply must get ready. The bill for wigs alone.
Cut to interior. Jingleheimer Schmidt has a whole bunch of rats and cockroaches and denizens of Tough City helping him prepare for the big play. They're putting up all sorts of old wet garbage as streamers. They've made chairs out of cans, old cans and boxes. Everybody, you must get ready. The place is filled with all sorts of different actors. Where is the starring lady?
Sorry, I've forgotten most of this play. I wrote it feverishly. It's 1 page long. And I was not expecting this many characters to be in it. Do you mind if I take a peek at it again? Oh, and I'm crying. Oh, the tears.
This appears to be a problem. Everybody who reads the script begins to cry. And the check has slowly started deteriorating and parts of the script is missing. Wait, where are my lines?
Perhaps I'll write some new ones quickly.
Wait. They're here. The audience is here. I hope this goes well.
Oh, break all your legs. That goes triply for you, cockroaches.
One of the cockroaches lights up a cigarette and goes, "Hey!"
Method acting, as always. He's sort of like a Fonzie-like character.
The audience rushes in. Everybody's super excited. They take their seats, and the lights go down. The curtain opens on a cockroach. Nobody can see it. Hey, where's the play?
Pipe down.
Get it started.
Take out your opera glasses, made out of discarded Coke and Brio bottles.
Everybody puts on their Coke bottle glasses, looks through, and they can see this little cockroach, and he's doing the best tap dance they've ever seen. Oh my God, that's amazing. I'm just a writer in the city. Tippity tap, 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 tap. Just trying to make my life going nice and pretty. Tippity tap, 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 tap. And then in comes a rat, a big fat rat that looks like the landlord. Cut to the landlord in the audience, and he's laughing. He's got a good sense of humor about it.
It's so true to life. If they change a word of my play, I'm burning the entire place down.
The landlord comes in and says, "Where's the money? I need the money." The cockroach does a little tap dance.
I got it right. Sorry, busy.
Boss, what's the next line?
Improvise.
It's smudged out. Okay. The rat turns to the audience. Can anybody give me a location?
Apartment.
Okay, and can anybody give me like a scenario? You know, like something you would go.
Gotta pay rent.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so there's we got to pay rent on an apartment. That's really good. And we need a little twist here. We need something.
The landlord's a rat, and you're a cockroach.
Great. The rat and the cockroach look at each other with very scared eyes. They're both nervous. I don't know about this, Mikey. I've never done improv before. I need to pay rent.
Oh my God, it's so true to life. It's beautiful.
And then the writer makes $1 billion. And he's immortalized forever.
If only I could recapture my childhood.
And he says he dies.
Rosebud. Rosebud. Sorry, what was that? Rosebud.
Rosebud.
Is that important? Rosebud. I don't know. He got a fever.
You see all of these Dickensian characters, all of his maids around him. I heard Rosebud is what he called his little anus.
Please, sir, can I have some more pay?
I'm going to take his drapes, and by that I mean his pubic hair. So what do you think, Shane?
Ooh, it harkens back to the greatest of the playwrights. We've got...
Oh my God, I forgot that this was...
Stanley Slobsky.
This was a thing you're doing.
Stanley Slobsky, the great actor. Larry. Olivier. It was brilliant. Is it brilliant? Brilliant. Falling in and out of my persona. Now, are you planning to do this as a stage production or as a film?
No, it's a movie. It's a film.
A movie film?
Yeah.
In the business, we call movies motion pictures. Or moving pictures.
It's incredible how different it is, you know? Just our cultures, you being from high society. I've never heard that term before.
Yes, you see, Connor grew up in Aurora as well. It's Aurora, Ontario, Canada, Roxburgh, Lower South London. But he lived maybe half a kilometer southwest of me. And as a result, our accents are wildly different.
So essentially,
expectations of moving pictures wildly different. He went to the Rogers Video. I, of course, went to the Blockbuster. Very tale of two cities.
Shane would be widescreen, I'd be full screen.
And isn't that tragic?
I like it. It's bigger.
Sometimes I'd have to get the full screen and I'd just squint so I can't see the top or the bottom and I would feel right at home.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Shane, so what do you think? Do you think do you have any notes for that?
Signed, sealed, delivered.
You liked it. Okay, well, that's amazing.
Yes. Now, who are you planning to cast?
Who was I planning to cast?
Yes, is the writer, is the landlord, is the cockroach writer, is the rat landlord?
I was thinking Danny DeVito for all of it. Do animated, and then Danny DeVito does the voices for all of them.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And to direct?
Yeah, Danny DeVito. I really liked Matilda.
That's a great film.
Yeah, and he
A
directed
lot
it.
of slobby people eating chocolates in that film, and
Yeah.
I feel right at home.
Yeah, you really get a glimpse into Frank Reynolds and how it's not really that much of a character after you see the stuff that Danny DeVito thinks is worth filming. But he's good. I like him. I like him a lot. I like him. Shane, what do you have for us?
I also have a feature film. I think TV is distasteful. I think music is distasteful. I think theater is unpleasant.
What's that mean? Never heard that word before. What's that mean?
Disagreeable, undesirable, off-putting.
Oh, yes. Thank you. No,
Uninviting.
that's good.
That
Yes,
sort of
yes,
thing.
yes.
Now, my film, the working title, of course,
Mm.
was going to be Baby's Day Out. Much to my dismay,
Yeah, already been made.
Baby has had a day out, so they say.
Mhm.
So, we're switching things up a little bit, and it will be Adult's Day Out. Much of the plot remains the same. The casting will be easier in finding an adult rather than a baby.
Okay, so so this is just an adult. A lot of the things that I think could be solved, and like the problems that are in A Baby's Day Out, I haven't seen the movie, but I imagine it's a baby,
Yes.
and they would be solved if the main character wasn't a baby.
So you're saying the great diaper shortage in the Dark Night of the Soul at the end of Act 2 would be solved if the baby simply needed larger diapers because he was older? That's preposterous.
I was thinking maybe just he could, use the washroom because by that he's an adult, he's potty trained. It's not an issue.
Bold of you to assume. Well, let's get into the film and we'll see how things go.
Great.
Exterior. Day. Baby's Day. Out. We see the baby, and keep in mind baby is crossed out and it says adult. The adult has wandered out of his home's doggy door, and he begins to waltz down the street.
That was so hard to get out of the... Ow. Fuck. God, we got a small dog. Fuck, that hurt. I scraped my toe. Bad. Fuck.
He lights a cigarette. I do see some of the humorous imagery doesn't work without the incongruity.
I think it's... I
mismatchedness.
think we're getting it. It's okay. I think it's all right.
He lights a cigarette.
What a beautiful day for my baby's day out.
Oh, sorry. You have the old version of the script. Anytime you see baby, say adult.
Oh, okay.
Legally, please.
Great. Now's a great day for adult's day out.
The adult continues to crawl down the street, seeing shocked looks. A dog does a double take.
What?
A parrot does a double take and says, "That's an adult." And he comes across a woman who appears to be buxom and lactating.
Hey, baby.
Please,
Baby.
no. Anytime it says baby, switch to adult, please.
Okay. Hey, adult doll. How you doing? You got some beautiful adult blues in those sockets of yours. Hey, adult needs some milky.
Oh my, what a cute little adult.
Yes.
Get up here. You must be hungry.
Shane, this is getting strange.
I don't see the problem.
Okay.
Now, what do you mean by
maybe,
strange?
Well, I feel like maybe we're getting into some sort of fetish territory or something here. I mean, maybe that's just me, and I'm just like sort of projecting. You know, maybe I'm just seeing something that's not there. So maybe we keep going.
All right. So the adult takes the nipple of the mother and has a lunch.
This is so detailed.
Well, we can sort of skim past the details here. Let's sort of.
This is page after page of. This looks like a medical manual.
There are
The
illustrations.
process of breastfeeding. This is there's a cross section of a breast here.
Really want to get
I was
all the
very
details.
wrong saying that this was sexual. This is
No.
no way sexual.
Absolutely not.
No.
If you've seen the Terrence Malick film Tree of Life, I would
Yeah,
love
yeah.
to have a scene embedded in it where we go back to the creation of the universe and tie together the swirling of the Milky Way of nebulas with
The Milky
what
Way
a
is
tit looks like. Yes.
right. A Milky Way is coming out of a giant cosmic tit, a nebulonic tit. Lacrimosa. And there's this beautiful, sexy space woman.
And then
There's
we
just-
have a sort of a rhyming intertextual callback to the end of 2001 with an adult in an egg in space.
Lacrimosa. So he's reborn
Yes,
as an adult.
lactate mimosa.
Lactate mimosa.
Now, well, let's jump forward a bit because I think a lot of this will sort of come with the visuals.
Yes, yes. That's a very that's something that really needs to be storyboarded out. Yeah.
Yes.
But
so-
needless to say, listeners, I'm looking through Shane's book here, and it looks like he's made sort of a collage out of a bunch of different Warhammer things in nudie mags that he's
yes,
put
mixed
together.
with the Sears catalog.
Yeah, it looks good. Looks really good.
Now, we cut forward to within a grocery store, and the adult is crawling and staring into a jar of Gerber's adult food. And he sees himself in the Gerber adult.
What the fuck? How did I get on there? That doesn't make any sense. Hey, little adult. This isn't a place for adults. You shouldn't be here. You need an adult. Has anybody got an adult for this adult? Hello?
Now, I do see, now that we've gotten a bit further, maybe the tone of the film has changed in ways I hadn't expected with such a simple search and replace on baby with adult.
Yeah, I don't know if that works.
All right, well, okay. This scene is due for rewrites. We'll work on that. Let's cut forward to the scene in the UN.
Okay, great.
The UN chair recognizes the adult. Take it away.
Look, I know I'm just an adult, but I've lived long enough to see that we need to work together. All right? We all need to buck up. You know, we started in the ancient city of Adultalon years and years ago. And we've come so far. And we could do so much more if we remembered what it was like when we were adults. When we were
There's, of
adults
course,
and we
a standing
didn't care.
ovation. The President of the United States, the President of the United China, the President of Russia, all take their fingers off the button.
There is Adults aren't racist. Adults are. Now, this message I don't know if this message would fly well were it actually a baby, but when it's not, Shane, it's a little weird, the end.
Rather touching, I agree. Now, maybe we'll scrap it. I do have another script in the works. 3 men and an adult.
Right, yeah.
That perhaps would work better, but enough about me and my work.
Yes, well, that's it. Thank you, everybody, for listening to Writer's Room. Thank you, Shane. First time you've been on in a long time. I think it's great.
I'm kind of sick of being a writer. I think I'll go back to just being a guy.
Oh, it's that quick. Your accent's gone, eh?
Yeah. After getting a taste of criticism, even the smallest amount, I'm out.
That's it, eh? It wasn't immediate praise for just having an accent and wearing a beret.
Yeah, I was expecting over the top and frankly nauseating praise for the first of my works, but
okay. Well, I'll do that for you next time.
Good.
Okay. Thank you, everybody, for listening to Writer's Room. We typically end, Shane, on a quote from one of our favorite famous books, or movies or plays or whatever, a piece of literature. Is there something you'd like to end on? Is there something you'd like to read?
When the moon hits your eye, like a big pizza pie. That's... Sorry, give me a moment here. Affection.
Thank you, everybody. This has been Writer's Room. Don't forget to write.
Click, clack. Click, clack.